What in the world is happening with Seattle area real estate today? Here we are, January 2020. What is happening? You want to know? Stick around. Oh, finger guns. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody, to the YouTube channel. Aaron Hendon here with Christine and Company and EXP Realty. Yes, the sign of power in real estate today. EXP. Form of a market forecast. All right, here we go. Here's our market forecast. We're going to look at it several different time frames. This is King County. Seattle obviously is a 300-pound gorilla in that room. So let's look at what is happening in King County real estate. This is the past 6 months. The green, the active number of listings, and the blue, the number of pendings. So what is that? That's supply, active listings, demand, pending listings. That's what I like to use. I think it's not just a good idea. Law of supply and demand. It's the law. So let's look. Okay, here we are, January 15th. So we're halfway through the month. A couple of things you can see is we are about halfway at the number of sales. So we had 1,300 last month pending. Right now we're at 745. Yeah. Okay. So about halfway and halfway through the month. That makes sense. Except inventory is already almost where it was in December. In other words, halfway through the month, we're almost where we were at the end of the month last month. So, or the total of the month. So you can expect more supply to go with more supply than December, which makes sense. People don't list in December, which is when you should list. And they list in January, February. We'll see. Okay. Meantime, what you've got is a situation where you've got an increasing amount of inventory and about a steady demand. We'll see how it pans out, but that looks pretty right. So you'll have as many, if not a little bit more, buying than you did in December. So let's look at that time frame. Now, if you look at the last 12 months, got to hit generate. There we go. The last 12 months of statistics, you can see January way up, right? 2777. And we were at, what do we say? Let's go back. Let's not even guess. Let's exactly go back and see. So last January, we were at 27. This January, if we double this, we'll be at 32. So, and I would think that you're going to get more listings on as the month goes on. That first week in January is probably less than the second, third, and fourth weekends in January. So you're liable to get significantly more demand, more supply come the end of the month. But I wanted you to see what 1 year looked like. So you can see you're going to get, that's about where we'll be at the end of the month in demand, 1,600, right? That's 1,600. So where we'll probably wind up in terms of demand, but we are likely to wind up higher in supply. Okay, we'll see how it goes. So supply is still outstripping demand, and it did all last year. We had more supply than demand, okay, which is what we saw, the slowing of the growth, the price curve, right? But I think it's a lot of people are still living in this kind of world where you're expecting Seattle to look like it did 3 years ago, where the demand was greatly outstripping the supply. That was 2017, which is now shockingly 3 years ago. All right. Then in 2018, the experience for sellers was the poop hit the fan. Really, all that happened was your supply went way up. The demand has been relatively steady year to year. You don't see, it's slightly less, just under 3,000 at the peak. But overall, the peaks and the valleys are relatively similar. It's the amount of supply that's controlling the pricing in the market. All right. And it looks like we are, 2019 was below 2018. It looks like we're going to be right on line with 2019, maybe a little bit more, somewhere in that range is what it's, we're 15 days into January, so it's very hard to forecast anything serious about that. But I did want to give you a sense that we are, every month last year was supply outstrip demand, and there's no change so far in January, nor would it be. I don't anticipate a change based on the data. It looks like it's holding pretty steady, similar to, if not a little bit more supply than last year. So I'd expect prices to even off. What does that mean? If you're buying, you should have a little bit more to choose from, a little bit easier time negotiating prices. If you're selling, price it really carefully. Again, this changes by neighborhood. This is King County as a whole, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, month by month, it's going to change. So you really do need an expert to go through that with you. If you have any questions, I am always available for those kinds of questions. Let me know what I can do for you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh yes, subscribe. Keep me in your thoughts. We want to share this with your friends. Subscribe. Yay. Okay, that's it. Talk to you later.